Hi. Okay, welcome back, Vlog Season 4. Let me just sort myself out, and I've got a few things to tell you, because there's a lot going on at the moment. I'm not focusing either. And I think it'd be a really nice time to start the vlog again, because there's lots I can show you over the next few months that I've been doing, and stuff to catch up on. So if you follow the vlog, then you'll remember that the cliffhanger from last season, as it were, was when I was going down to Something to do a workshop with Something Village Primary School. Now I need to catch up with you on that, show you what happened. And also this week I've been down in Portsmouth for my Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra project. But today I want to talk to you about another project that I've been doing, and in order to do that we're going to go through to that room because we've got a blue wall which is going to stand in as a green screen. Okay, right, let's go through. Been doing various bits and pieces to the house since you were here. This room is still not sorted out, but this should hopefully work quite nicely. Right, okay, so hopefully by the magic of video I can get rid of this blue wall behind me and show you stuff that's relevant to this piece I want to talk about. So the project that I'm working on that I want to talk about today is called Études transhumaines, or transhuman studies. And the piece that I've just written that's part of this project is a commission from Bromley Youth Concert Band, who are part of the amazing Bromley Youth Music Trust in Bromley, South London. It's an amazing organisation for young musicians. I was heavily involved in it myself when I was a kid. I was a horn player and a pianist, and I did a huge amount of orchestral and chamber music. So it's amazing to be asked back to write this piece for them. And the concept of the project, I suppose, kind of comes from this idea that Beethoven had of he wasn't writing music for the present, he was writing it for the future. And I like the idea of writing a piece which was a series of studies for imaginary instruments which don't exist yet. So they are to be performed by humans of the future. We don't know what humans in the future are going to be like, but one idea of humans is that they're going to stop being straightforwardly humans and we're going to become what people call transhumans, which is humans augmented in various ways by genetic engineering maybe, or technology, technological implants. So I'm writing pieces which can't be performed nowadays. So the idea then is that I'm doing arrangements, as it were, of these pieces so that humans of today can perform them in a slightly different way maybe from how they're intended to be performed. So I want to talk a little bit today about how this particular piece for the BYCB works. The imaginary instrument that I've created for this is called the Narcissophone. So the Narcissophone has a number of properties. First of all, it has a very wide range. Secondly, it is monophonic, so it only plays one note at a time. But most importantly, it is capable of playing its own echo. And what I mean by that is that whereas ordinarily when you play an instrument, the echo just disappears and is a property of the building that you're in, or the space that you're in, for the Narcissophone, the performer is able to manipulate their own echo. So instead of an echo always dying away, the performer is able to manipulate that echo so it gets louder, or that it changes notes, or that it becomes maybe a new quiet melodic line of its own. In other words, with the Narcissophone, the echo isn't condemned to just simply die away. So how does this work in terms of composing for a wind band? Well, I had to create several musical layers which coexist at the same time in the wind band scoring. The sound of the Narcissophone playing its monodic line is shared between instruments. It is played very loudly and with a lot of attack. As well as that, there are instruments who play the echo, as it were. So this tends to be very quiet music, pianissimo or quieter, and they tend to be sustained notes. So one of the difficulties with this piece is that the person next to you might be playing FF, accented notes, while you might be playing pianissimo and trying to sustain a very quiet long line. So I'm going to show you first of all a sketch of the opening of the piece, where you can see I've just written the attack notes for the Narcissophone. Glance ahead to the orchestral score, you'll see that there's lots of different things going on in the orchestral parts. Some of the orchestral parts are playing the attack notes that I mentioned. So you can see, for example, the trumpets playing accented, very loud. We can also have a look at the percussion, so you can see vibraphone, tubular bells, glockenspiel, all giving a lot of metallic ring. The percussion is an interesting one actually, because although it does contribute to the attack, it also contributes to the decay sound. Also, though, you can see that in, for example, the clarinets, there are quiet, long notes being played. These are the echo sounds. And of course, the great thing about composing for real musicians in the context of the wind orchestra here is that wind players and brass players can crescendo through notes and make the echo come alive. I could go on for a while about this, but that gives you a little bit of an idea for the piece. And of course, if you like the video, then you know what to do. Subscribe button. Cheers.